You are about to listen to an exclusive interview here on Maximum Threshold Radio at MaximumThreshold.net.
Maximum Threshold, you're on the air.
Dominic.
Hey, what's going on? Is Wayne?
Yeah, this is Wayne DeVecchi.
Hey, what's going on, man? Great, man. Hey, I just got turned on to your stuff. I was telling all our listeners that just a couple hours ago, and I was like, man, I gotta get some in this band on the show. So this all worked really quick, and I'm real happy you got back with me as soon as you did.
Hey, I'm glad you dig it. So how'd you end up picking up the CD?
Well, it was all through your PR.
You stole it.
I got the PR company.
You know, that's one of the things. I was talking about 4 hours after our CD was released, our worldwide release. Steve Rice, my vocalist, he writes me an email and he sends me a site of like 4 different websites where our CD was already online for free. And
That's
I was just
crazy.
like, wow, I figured it would take longer than that, but obviously it didn't.
People are looking for that, and then you got to look at it like that. You know, if it's up there that fast, that means people are waiting for that to be out there somewhere to get a hold of it.
Yeah, and you know what? Realistically, you know, I know it's going to happen, and that's kind of the way. Unfortunately, the way the music business runs that way. But hopefully, enough people, you know, download it and listen to it, and then want a hard copy of it and actually order it. So
and that's what I do. That's what we do here. We push the hell out of some really good music here, and these people, our listeners, are really faithful. And they'll go back to your site, they'll follow you, and they'll go on there and they'll buy your CDs, DVDs, what you have out there, and your merch. So we got some cool people out there actually, you know, live up to what we're doing here.
Yeah, right on.
So for the people who are just tuning in right now, you want to give them like a little brief bio on yourself? I know you got a strong metal history behind you.
Yeah, well, you know, as far as the band Kill Ritual, I mean, we kind of started off. It was Steve Rice and I, and we were in Imagica at the time, and we'd started writing new material for the next Imagica album. And at that point, the vocalist kind of got a large head about him, and so he decided that he was going to start a new project under his own name, which, you know, whatever, to each his own. So he'd taken off and done that, so Steve and I had a couple of songs that we were writing on, and so we decided, you know, let's throw these out here and you know, get something new going on. I mean, you know, the Imagica thing, Steve was kind of tired of it. So, I mean, as far as it had kind of run its course, and so we wanted to do something new. We wanted to go back to. We still wanted to do like a new version of metal, but we also wanted to do something that incorporated, like, you know, like an old Judas Priest type of sound.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so we when we were searching for vocalists, we kind of kept that in mind. So, you know, when Josh came around, the vocalist we have now, Josh Gibson, you know, he kind of fit that, and he came in. He had a great work ethic, and instantly he came in, because Steve and I had recorded 3 songs that we were going to use to demo for a vocalist, and he came in and he just ran through the 3 songs, and you know, there was no pitch problems, no timing problems, and it was just like, all right, well, this is, you know, we kind of just stopped our search right there. It was just like, all right, this is our guy. So at that point, Steve started writing more in that style of like a Judas Priest, plus like you know, a new style metal, because, you know, I don't know. I mean, I play a lot of double bass, and everybody kind of throws in their own little attitude towards it. But we just decided to go with that style, kind of a new style, incorporating the old metal with new metal, and you know, it's what we ended up with.
Works.
So, your old singer, do you want to give us his website where we can find his music? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, it's cornhole.com.
Wow. So
yeah, actually, no, I was on YouPorn the other day, and I saw him doing a midget. So
Awesome.
I don't know. I mean, he's kind of all over the place with that stuff.
I would totally bang a midget. Don't knock it, man. Come on.
Dude, I'm totally in the same field with you. I mean, I don't know. Those little hands. It's just something about it. That big forehead.
It gives you something to aim for.
Somewhere to put your beer while you're busy.
Yeah, so how did you end up doing the interview? Did they say, well, you never get to talk to anybody because you're the drummer, so we'll let you talk. We'll let you do the interview, or did you lose a bet?
Yeah, totally. No, I'm like a mushroom. I'm kept in the dark and fed a bunch of shit, and so they're letting me out of my cage for once. Usually I say a bunch of inappropriate stuff, so that's usually why they keep me in the dark.
All right. Something like a midget and tiny hands and forehead. So real quick before this devolves into scat humor and German Scheiser porn, why don't you tell us where
I'm down with that too, but continue.
Why don't you tell us where we can find out all news and info on the band and where we can find your music if we don't want to steal it? If we actually want to purchase it.
If you actually want to purchase it, wow, you can actually go, God, I think even Walmart, Kmart, Amazon, there's a bunch of places, but the best place to go is probably our website, killritual.com. You can go there and you can get merch there. You can get our CD, and that way you kind of cut out the middleman. And hey, we might actually make $1 or $2 on it.
Nice.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah. So I don't. The only thing we're going to do with that $1 or $2 is just buy beer with it. But what the hell? Somebody's got to buy beer.
It'd be good to drink the beer and listen to music. The hell?
Exactly.
It goes good with it.
So where are you guys from?
Kill Ritual's kind of all over the place. Steve and I and Josh are kind of Bay Area located. I'm in the central San Francisco Bay Area, and Josh is kind of North Bay. He's about an hour north, and Steve Rice is about an hour south. And Roberto, who was previously in the band Eldridge, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that band, but they were pretty big in Europe, and they did a lot of festivals and tours out in Europe. He recently relocated from Italy to the Sacramento area, so he's about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes away from us.
So
and Daniel, who was formerly in Dark Angel, he is all the way down in Los Angeles, so he's about 6 hours away from us.
So, how did you get Rodrigo, Paul Stanley's boyfriend, in your band? Isn't it, or did you?
Wow, I thought that was a dark secret. that he was like.
Oh, you said Roberto. I'm sorry.
Well, he's kind of the gimp that you keep in the closet. Occasionally we let him out and feed him a turd or two here and there, but No, but basically how it works as far as the recording process and everything and how we write is Steve records at his house most of the music, and then he'll send it to Josh, the vocalist, and myself. And then we'll kind of work on stuff at home and then get together at my house because I'm kind of centrally located for the three of us. And I've got an electronic drum set, and so I've got Pro Tools, and so I'll record drum tracks and send it back, and we'll kind of work on stuff that way. But then we'll all get together and then work on the material and kind of fine tune it. And then once we get it re-recorded, then we send it off to Daniel, the bass player who lives in Los Angeles, and Roberto, who lives in Sacramento. And then give the tracks to them, and so that they can start working on it. And then we all just kind of get together, and within a practice or two, we can solidify pretty much all the songs, and just fine tune them, and then we're ready to rather play them live or record them.
Oh, so how did you get Andy to play on one of your songs, and how did you guys what do you call it? How did you guys connect with him in the first place?
Well, Andy and Steve have been working together from back in the Magica days. Andy, I'm not sure exactly how Andy and Steve got hooked up originally, but they actually recorded, Andy produced and engineered, I think the last two Magica albums. And so they were pretty tight, and they worked on a bunch of stuff that way. And then, when this Magica or the Kill Ritual album came up, it was kind of a no-brainer. We were kind of happy with, or Steve was real happy with the way that the last Magica album came out, and I had listened to it, and I said, let's have Andy do it. So we just kind of figured that was kind of a no-brainer. And the nice thing with Andy is that, he doesn't try, and a lot of producers and engineers, that they'll take an album and they'll try and mix it a certain way so where all their albums kind of sound the same. And Andy's really open to where he'll listen to a band and it's just like, well, this is kind of the sound you guys are going for. And so he doesn't try and put too much of his footprint on it, but he'll try, he just tries to make it sound like how we wanted it to sound without being, too over motherly with the whole project. So, he puts his stamp on it in a way, but he still leaves it open for us to do what we want to do with it. And then as far as the song that he did a solo track on, Code of Blood, when we originally recorded the song, we kind of listened to it and we were just like, yeah, that's kind of got a King Diamond type of feel to it. So it was kind of, we just kind of brought it up to him, hey, would you like to do a guest solo on the album? And he heard the song and he was more than willing. And so he just kind of jumped on it and he did it. And, I think it turned out really good. So, yeah, we got him to do the guest solo on that song. And I think it really fit with the song.
And we have that playing in the background right now. I didn't get it. This is the first time I got a chance to listen to some of these songs. That's why I've been playing a lot of them. I think we played 3 songs already tonight off your new one. So it's a showcase for Kill Ritual tonight.
Very cool.
And I was just looking at it on the Hollex page. I mean, your bio. That's how we're learning more about you right now. And seeing that, we're looking at when this dropped. It dropped on October 30th.
The day before Halloween.
Yes, it was, definitely.
What's more metal than that?
That's right. How's the media take on this? Are they picking up on this and wanting to push it, or what's the vibe coming from your camp?
It's odd. We weren't really sure how people were going to perceive it because, a lot of people have kind of cornholed us in like because we're from the San Francisco Bay Area, they've kind of like already lumped us into a thrash metal kind of category. Mm-hmm. And we've never really come out and said we were thrash metal. I mean, we're almost kind of like more thrash and roll, like a rock and roll thrash, like old school heavy metal vibe, mm-hmm. where as opposed to like a true thrash metal. But the reviews have been, I think the European reviews have been really good. We've gotten a lot of good U.S. reviews, but for some reason, like our home base of the San Francisco Bay Area, it's kind of like because they want to lump us into a thrash metal category, they're still not quite sure of how to take it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things we never really claimed to be thrash metal. So it's just but we definitely have elements of thrash in our music.
Yeah, you can feel that vibe when you listen to that. You've got a strong melody line going in there, and it's sort of like that, like a little mellower Testament kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, and I would say more like Flotsam Jetsam, maybe Anthrax-ish, maybe even a little Megadeth type of feel to it. And like I say, maybe some Judas Priest feel in there. So, I mean, we tried to use, You know, it's hard to stay out of your roots.
Yeah.
When you have roots, you know, embedded in old school metal, it's hard to get away from it. So no matter what you write, you're still going to have that feeling and vibe to it.
Yeah, the chat room, a little earlier, our chat room, we were listening to the music here. They said that Josh actually sounded like a more manly version of Dave Mustaine.
Yeah. No, I could totally get that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why when we heard Josh, when Steve and I heard Josh originally, you know, Steve and I weren't sure what direction we wanted to go. After Magic's demise, Steve and I, you know, we had a couple of songs written that we were going to use for the next Magic album, but we were just like, well, let's throw these out. You know, we'll audition vocalists, and we auditioned vocalists from all over the world. We'd sent it out to, you know, Europe and stuff like that. We really didn't care where the vocalist was from, but we ended up finding somebody that was, you know, an hour and a half away, and when we heard the tracks that he'd put down to it, we were impressed. And we were just like, okay, this is, you know, we weren't sure what we wanted to hear, but when we heard it, it was just like, okay, yeah, that's what we could do with this project. We could move it in that direction, and so that's kind of where we took it.
Kind of like when a girl sticks her tongue in your butt. You're not looking for it, but you're like, this isn't so horrible.
Well, usually I pay extra for that, but you know, hey, when it happens for free, you know, whatever, you know, I'm down.
Yeah. Did you have any trannies try out for the band?
You know. Not that I know of. There was, not that I know of. And if I did have any trannies try out for the band, you know, that's one direction to go. That, you know, it's you might have some hooks in there. You know, I don't know.
Well, what would you do if you were approached by a tranny and she seduced you, and right before you put your P in her man-made V, told you that she used to be a man, would that stop you? If she was like really super hot.
This is post-surgery?
Yeah.
Are we? You know, some of those Filipino trannies. I hate to say it. I've seen some of the porn. You can't tell with some of those, but you know, I don't know. I think a man-made vagina probably doesn't feel the same way. But I would have to do it first and then let you know afterwards.
I knew it was going there.
Wait, now you got to ask him which person in the band.
Well, he just said he would do it. It's always the drummer.
It is.
It's always the drummer.
Dude, I'm the drummer. I'm the last one to get any kind of tail.
That's not true.
Like,
that's not true.
If at the end of the night, you know, the club's cleaning out and I just got done playing, and it's just like, you know, everybody else in the band's going home with somebody, and there's this lonely straggler tranny walking around. Well, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
That's right. You got to take one for the team.
See, that's not always true, because I'm the drummer in our band, and I usually
you throw down.
I throw down.
You get first dibs.
Sometimes.
What do you set up your drums on the in front of the drummer, or what? Or in front of the vocalist, or what?
No, I always set the drums up in front of the drummer. I got charisma. And I'm not into scat.
Vocalist, though.
No, dude, listen. When you're picking from 200-300 pound women, the drummer always gets the first choice.
Oh well, dude, you didn't tell me we were talking about fat.
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, anytime.
Damn right, I got a gut, but there's some good pussy under this gut.
Well, I got to have somebody lump my drum set back to my car for me.
Plus, she can protect you on the mean streets of Frisco. If she's that big.
Exactly. Keep the trannies at bay.
Yeah. Well, you already said for our dozens of listeners that you would bang a tranny.
I said I might contemplate.
That's okay.
If I didn't know ahead of time, and it happened.
Like, say, Pamela Manderson. She looked like a young Pamela Anderson that used to be a man, or
young
Linda Evans, or not Linda Evans, Linda Carter.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman.
You only live once.
Catherine
You
Bach.
know, why restrict yourself? You
Exactly.
know? What the hell?
They got to be passable, you know. And I have to ask him: was your cock bigger than this? Because if it was bigger than my 3 inches, I don't want no part of it.
Oh, God.
Well, I guess you'd find out soon enough, huh?
Definitely.
Yeah, I wonder if like when they get it chopped off, they make it as deep as the penis was long. We need some trannies on here to ask these questions too, not just tranny bangers. So when you guys were having your album mix, did he have any crazy King Diamond stories for you?
You know, I did not go out to Sweden.
Why, you don't like Swedish fish?
What's that?
You don't like Swedish fish? You don't like Swedish meatballs?
No, I would have loved to have gone out there, but no, I mean, you know, cost prohibitive. You know, it wasn't really worth.
You're not allowed to leave the country, are you?
Well, there is that too.
You had a couple of DUIs, huh? No, they won't let you in Canada with them.
Yeah, because you might hit a moose or some shit.
Really? You can't even get into Canada with
Nope.
the DUI?
Yeah, no, you can't. I dated some crazy girl I lived with, and she wanted to take me to Niagara Falls for like Valentine's Day or something, and they wouldn't let us in because she had a DUI. I'm like, what's the difference? I'm driving. Oh, it's a felony up there. Like you're gonna hit like a moose or an elk or a maple tree or some shit. They don't have
driving on a snow plane out in the middle of nowhere. They're afraid of that.
I guess so. There's no fucking ostriches in Canada.
If you go to the zoo-
Everybody knows they're up in the Arctic Circle.
That's right. They're flying north for the winter.
Yeah, well, carabooses. You know, they got carabooses up there.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, damn, Wayne, it was really cool having you on the show here.
Hey, thanks for the invite.
Oh, no problem.
I'm glad you guys contacted me, and no, I'm glad you guys are digging the album. And and right now we're in the middle. Actually, recorded drums for 5 songs already for the next album coming up. So we're already you know halfway deep into the writing for the next album.
Balls deep.
We're balls deep into it.
You know what? You should send us some CDs and some merchandise, and we'll give it away. Not to trannies. We'll give it away to like. Well, we're actually not going to limit it. We're big in the tranny community.
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell.
Yeah, you don't want to leave out half of your fans.
That's right.
Half, 2/3.
That's right. I was about to say.
Well, I know half of your /girlfriend boyfriends are probably like the people listening right now. So
they're in the chat room.
You don't want to exclude them.
Yeah, exactly. You should send us some stuff to give away.
Yeah, you know, I will work on that. I am not the merch person of this band, but I could probably make that happen.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll really enjoy your music. And I'm going to guess that you're not the guy in the picture holding the guitar.
We're looking at
You know, that's probably a pretty good assumption since I'm a drummer.
How come they never let the... How come they never...
pretty dumb promo shot of me holding a guitar when I'm the drummer.
Well,
but,
you usually have to carry their gear, and none of them help you with yours, right? How come drummers never hold drums in the pictures?
Well, I'm holding sticks. That's, you know, I got off light. Actually, I'd rather hold sticks than a guitar. But when it comes to doing shows, well, it's a totally different story. You know, you're a drummer also, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, at the end of the show, those guys, you know, they haul off their half stack and their pedal board and their 1 or 2 guitars, and they're done, and we're still tearing down our kit and, you know, hoping that we can get a fat midget tranny girl, boy,
lady
something
boy.
to help us at the end of the night.
Yeah. What do you mean trying? Dude, there's nothing a little goofy.
I hold up a sign at the end of the night, you know, looking for tranny help.
Do you got a big stick?
I got 2 big sticks.
I got 2 big sticks. So we need to get you guys some. We need to get you some endorsement deals. That's what you need to work on.
Actually, yeah. I'm working on that right now with a couple of different companies. I won't say them right now, but
First act.
no, I'm definitely working on it, and just right now, just busy plugging away. So we're planning on doing a tour in March. We're trying to nail down dates for March to do probably like a 3-week-long tour, U.S. tour, and so hopefully we can get back east and up north where you guys are and make it happen.
Sounds good.
Absolutely, that would be great.
Wayne, what song would you like us to play for you? After we're done talking here, off your latest release.
I would. There's so many good ones on there that I have a hard time distinguishing what is my favorite. I'd have to say Law of the Land.
You want us to just play the whole album?
We're almost down to a quarter of it.
Well, you might as well. You could do that. Yeah. If not, Law of the Land's a good one. I like that one a lot. I think it kind of showcases the vocals really well. There's some great guitar work and some great drumming in it, and I think it's actually one of the songs that the local radio station around in the San Francisco Bay Area has been playing for us.
Okay, we'll play that.
So I think it's kind of slightly I wouldn't say totally commercially viable because it's still metal, and the Bay Area is, you would think, being the hub of like thrash metal would be a really like a place where radio stations would play. There would be like a mainstream radio station that would play metal, but we just don't have that. We've got like 3 classic rock stations that play AC/DC and Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones nonstop. And other than that, it's really hard to hear any kind of new and up and coming bands, in the Bay Area. And for the San Francisco Bay Area being a hotbed of music, you would think that there'd be a more open society to it as far as mainstream media, but there really isn't, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah. Wayne, can you do us a quick favor?
Of course I can.
Can you do a promo ID for us? Just say your name, the band you're with, and you're listening to Maximum Threshold, and throw something crazy out at the end of it.
Throw something crazy?
Yeah. Say anything you want at the end of it.
As opposed to trannies and scat and midgets.
How about I just do something straightforward?
Okay, if you like to.
All right, cool. All right. Well, this is Wayne DeVecchi, the drummer for Kill Ritual, and you were listening to Maximum Threshold Radio. Rock on.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Perfect. Now let's record it.
Nah.
We're about to start the interview now. You almost ready?
Yeah. I just blew my voice out. Plus, I've already had like 4 beers during this interview. I mean,
Cool.
What do you guys want from me?
See what happens when you're on our show. Makes you drink.
Yeah.
You should see what our listeners do. They're booting up and getting sex changes and what have you.
What, do you guys have webcams on all your viewers?
Just the she-males.
Nice.
Okay, hey Wayne, we're gonna get going here, but I definitely thank you for being on the show here.
Yeah, thanks, Wayne. The album's really good.
Oh,
At least the
glad you
6
guys
songs I've
enjoyed
heard
it.
so far.
Hey, thanks for playing it. Thanks for plugging it, and really appreciate being on. And would love to come back anytime and
Sounds good.
do an interview. And if we get up in that direction, hey, maybe we could swing on by and do a live one.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you can come to the Maximum Threshold compound. Or excuse me, we renamed it Mexican Threshold today. After our first guest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we call it a Subway down in
whose
West
basement
Hollywood.
are we in anyway?
Buffalo Bills.
All right.
It puts the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Okay, Wayne. Hey, we're going to get going here, but I really thank you again for being on our show here.
All right, Dominic, Michael, thank you guys a lot. And, hey, rock on, man.
You too, man.
Thanks. You too.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, he actually was paying attention in the interview. He knew who he was talking to.
That's right.
Usually they're like, thanks, fuckwads.
Okay, here we go. This is Law of the Land. This is
good shit, man.
I like this. This is the Kill Ritual. Here in Maximum Threshold. Horns up.
Mexican Threshold.
That's right. That was indeed Kill Ritual with Law of the Land off their latest release. And I want to thank Wayne again for being on the show.
Thank you for listening to an exclusive interview here on Maximum Threshold Radio at MaximumThreshold.net.